Check, 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 check. All right.
And incredible.
Hey, welcome back to the Whiskey Edition. My name is Rob, and that's Edition, as in we're adding and continually adding to the selection in various parts of the house. I realized going back through some old file dates that I hadn't done a September, and we're almost at the end of September. I'm like, why didn't I do a September? Because I've been on the road a lot, and so I've got a lot of stuff from various places around the world. Well, maybe the country. The world was a couple weeks ago, couple videos ago. A couple things I got to add in here. One is, somebody said I need to put I do not consent. I do not consent to have my stuff scraped and crawled, or whatever they call it in the high-tech terms, you know, so they can like digitize this and put it with maybe that AI thing going on or something like that. Not that anybody would want to, but it was kind of like you have to have a global I do not consent. I figure I'd just do it here and get it out of the way. Not that anybody gives a rip about that, but what they do give a rip about is bourbon and whiskey. And I'm gonna get to this, the Pond Fay out of Somerset, Pennsylvania, but I'm gonna pour a little bit of it right now, open it up, fresh crack. Now we'll get to the story of it in a minute, but ooh, that's an interesting noise. This is their cast strength. Oh, geez, just made a mess. And I brought this back from Pittsburgh when I was there just a couple days ago. I had, well, I'll go into the story in a minute from where I had the non-cast strength version. I think it's pretty good. We'll get to it in a second. But first, what did I add to the selection in September? It's a disaster. It's absolutely a mess. Where should we start? I'll start with this guy, the cellar aged 2025. Got it at the local liquor store down the street. Made him a deal. I didn't make him a deal. He made me a little bit of a deal. Was it more than I wanted to spend? Yes. But these get hard to get when they kind of have been on the shelves for a while. So it was nice of them to work with me a little bit on it. So that was helpful. Went to, right after I bought that, I went to Spokane and ended up owing my friends out there a lot of money because they picked up a Blanton's Gold at their local supermarket. And while they were there, they got the Rosauers Open First Edition 2025 of the Angel's Envy. So this was their kind of their supermarket store pick. They said, "Do you want us to get that?" I said, "Sure, why not? I'll try a Rosauers." Because you got to keep the relationship, and if they just go in there and they're always just asking for these, oh, they didn't get those there. They got the gold there. Sometimes they have these, but not very often. They got these at their liquor store that they've made a relationship with, and they did a package deal. Another way to do things, and I learned this from watching American Pickers, is sometimes you can say, if I buy this bottle, can I get both bottles for less or something? And so I think, I don't know, but I get the impression that there is kind of a slowdown either in purchasing of bourbon and spirits in general, or just bourbon in general, and we've moved on to tequila. We'll get to one of those in a second too. And so being able to make kind of a quick deal, you know, 2 or 3 bottle deal, bring the price down a bit, a bit. Here in Washington State, that's tough. So what else do we get? Oh, so then I went on another trip to DC. Went to Jack Rose. Everybody's got to go to Jack Rose. I'll stick a picture somewhere up here of the bar that's got like 2,700 different whiskeys and bourbons on it. I walked away with a Wilderness Trail pick. The guy there said this one was better than the one I was about to pick, and then the easy one is always to get a Buffalo Trace pick by Jack Rose. And while we were there, me and a colleague, that is when he had, because he was from Pennsylvania, the Pond Fay non-cast strength version. This is the West Sylvania Rye straight rye whiskey, 95% monogalia rye grain. I don't know how to see it. I don't even know how to say it. 120 proof. And this is interesting. I thought it was distilled in Pennsylvania. It is not. It is bottled in North Carolina by Southern Distilling using Somerset County grain, aged over 4 years in new Appalachian oak barrels, bottled in Ponfay Distillery LLC, Somerset, Pennsylvania. So they take the grain, this whatever the grain is, West Sylvania straight rye whiskey monogalia. They take the rye grain, distill it in South Carolina. Did I get that right? So yeah, South Carolina. Bottled in, God, I can't even read. It's so small. Bottled in North Carolina by Southern Distilling. Yeah, you can't read that. And so I went with the cast strength. I picked up 2 other bottles of the regular non-cast strength. One went to a buddy. Yes, he'll come up in a second. And my colleague from Pennsylvania wanted me to get him a bottle. I chose this one also because the label is a patch, and I could like sew it on a hat or something. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. I get back, I bought bottles. No, I didn't do that. Where am I? I'm all screwed up. Well, somewhere along the line I picked up another Weller 107 at the supermarket, and then I went to my buddy's house. He texted me and he said, hey, do you have any interest in the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage Barrel Tennessee Toasted Barrel? I said, yes, please. And if you can get me an extra one, I can take it to my buddies in Spoka, Vegas, because they do that. What's this going on here? This is the Single Barrel Proof Hero Selection from Jack Daniel's, and it's been said, oh, that's the neck tags, making all that racket. Chosen by J.B. McGowan, L.B. McGowan, 2025. It's been said that these come from the Coy Hill barrel rickhouse. 64.05%, 128.1 proof. Super high proof, and probably not that easy to get, so he picked up those for me, which was great. He got the other Ponfay as a thank you for that. So now, where are we on this pile of stuff? Gone through these, got to that. I was at the supermarket. Oh, I know what happened. I got back from a meeting in Pittsburgh where I got the Ponfay, where I got this guy, and I also got this old granddad 7-year. Those aren't available up here in the Pacific Northwest that I found. $40 for that guy. And I got a Wiggle, or is it a Weigel? 124 proof. I figured I'd get the cast strength of this one. Is this the rye? No, this is a bourbon whiskey aged 4 years, but it's barrel proof. Yeah, Weigel whiskey, Pittsburgh's first distillery since Prohibition. So brought that back with me. I thought I've got enough, but I had to come back early from Pittsburgh because we were asked not to come back to work. So what do you do when you're asked not to come back to work for a while? You go buy more bourbon. I went to the supermarket, and you know, when now you're poor because you don't have any income, you buy on reduced. So Rowan's Creek for $30. You can't really go wrong with that. So they had several others, but again, I'm poor. And so because I'm poor now, when the Safeway has these on the shelf, you go, well, I got to get those because they're on the shelf. Why wouldn't I get those when they're on the shelf? So I picked up those, and then I heard vicious. Well, then what did I do? No, then I went on a little kind of hunting around, kind of one of my normal stops, checked in with Bourbon Baller Lee. He goes, well, I got a Fortaleza. I go, well, always good to have a Fortaleza laying around. So I picked up a Fortaleza Blanco for the tequila lovers that might come over. And then one more stop after I heard that these might be available at the Safeway, where I just bought these at the Safeway. I went back to the Safeway and they had just this one. So that is a quick review of this last month of horrendous expenditures. And oh, I forgot one. My friend who got this for me, the Jack Daniels because he can get on base because he's a vet. Thank you for your service. He was having a tasting of the Calumet 14, 15, and 16. I've got those over there. I thought, well, I'll stop it. I think I've seen a 17. The 18, man, that thing's like $500. No, come on. Calumet, that's ridiculous. And the bottle, yeah, but still. So this one is a Calumet small batch of 17-year-old and 7-year-old. And I think it's like the Blade and Bow. Do I have a Blade and Bow laying around here? Yes. Blade and Bow. Where is it? Stitzel-Weller Distilling out of Louisville. Crafted, where does it say this? Crafted, it says it right there on the side of the bottle. And I like Blade and Bow. Crafted with carefully selected straight bourbon whiskeys, including the last remaining bourbon ever produced at Stitzel-Weller. So they put a little drop of that to call it the last remaining. And this one must have a of 17-year in it because it tastes really young compared to the others, which taste really good. So that's kind of the upshot. Quick review. I think since I don't know if I'm am I employed? I don't know what I am. They have a word for it, starts with an F, and it's not really, but I got to figure out something to do for the other channel. I've got the Minic list, I still have to do that, but then I've got some other travels. Anyway, you don't need to hear all that. This is just about my inability to recognize that I have a purchasing problem, not a consumption problem, as is evidenced by that pile behind me and cracking open this new one. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. Pour an extra glass if you have somebody coming over, because you never know. And always be on the lookout for the supermarkets, because you can get some good stuff there, and it helps average out the total cost, maybe a little bit. It's out of control. Cheers. See you next time. Maybe next month. Hopefully not. That means I haven't bought anything. No more. But I don't believe that. Oh, and no scraping my likeness, because this in AI could be trouble.